no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coach.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
58, right? 58, street. What we got?
From the gun, Jones. On the left side, a catch by White. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
2nd and goal.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Coming to you. Watch twist. 70 Lions.
They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Barkley, and he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Saquon Barkley.
Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th and goal.
Jones now. A final shot before break. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Able to get there and pick it. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
And got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Jones. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now they go screen. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
First down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Second and 3.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Here's Anderson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He's going to get it running right. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone. We saw evidence of that on that play.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 1st down, it's Cohen. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 41, Trubisky flushed out right. That is caught by Cohen. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take it. Shit. I got motion. Mike 42, check, Mike 42. All day, baby, all day. 42's Mike. Watch run.
So that'll back him up 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down.
Hey, check Mike.
Again, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
4-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Jones throwing on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Complete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. It's Barkley on the counter, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Beckham complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First down, Giants.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's White.
Jones.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, he'll let it, and this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
New York.
Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. They get this out left, and he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the two-point try will be unsuccessful.
13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to let this one go deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Accepted. Micah Hyde on the coverage.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 32-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Giants on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Trubisky. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Brings up
that one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I think since they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Caught out left side by Robinson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
On the option, Trubisky. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold, and finally the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky, his third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Makes the score Bears 38, Giants 15.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Off play action. Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Jones under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jalen Johnson, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Chicago, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finish the first half.